Hello all, this is Christine from Everything Makes Craft, and today I'm going to show you the differences between the US versus the UK cardstock and card sizes. So I'm going to start by showing you the US letter size cardstock, which we're familiar with. It measures 8.5 by 11 inches. Just write that. 8.5 by 11 inches. And the UK basic cardstock is measured 8.27 by 11.69 inches. Now this difference is very small but causes a lot of headache for card makers and paper crafters like myself, especially if you just want to start crafting as soon as you land someplace new. So I'm just going to show you some of the cardstock I've gotten from the UK. I'm going to show you how to make 3 different sizes of cards with these two cardstock, comparing the sizes and showing you that, well, not that one is better than the other, but you know, wastage and so on. We're trying to avoid that sort of thing when we're crafting. So I got this from B&M for £1.99 pounds, that is, which is not bad. And I've got this cute black one from Hobbycraft, Hobbycraft, not Hobby Lobby, that's in the US. And from the range, and again, this is very sturdy. I think I paid £1 for this, or £1.50. So yeah, these are some of the UK cardstock. And I'm going to start by showing you 3 sizes of cards using the A4 cardstock. So the A4 cardstock, which is the longer one, which is the one they use in the UK and most of the world, excepting Guyana, I don't know, we use the US cardstock. So to get a A5 card from this, you simply fold this in half, and this is a very cute tool that they use in the UK as well. It's called the Crafter's Companion. This is not a tutorial on the Crafter's Companion, but I could do a tutorial on this tool another time. So to get a A5 card, you simply fold this in half at the half fold A4. You score this and you simply bring it towards the edge there, and you see how this lines up perfectly there, and you score. So there's no wastage, no headaches with measuring on your paper trimmer and all these things. It's all done for you on the Crafter's Companion, which is a really clever tool. So this is an A5 card. That's the first one. The second one is a A5 card folded in half. So this is the A5 card, which is basically that. Remember, we folded this in half, so we cut it down the middle. I can just quickly show you how we do that. And if you fold this in half, again, you have this nice rim, this edge, to just line it up there. And score that. You get an A6 card. Now the A6 card measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. It does not appear on our envelope punch board to make an envelope for this. And it is listed between 4.5 by 6 on the envelope punch board. If you would like to make an envelope for this, it falls between the A2 and the A6. Where is it? A2 and A6. It would come right there, 4.5 by 6, because this card measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. Now, looking at the punch board and looking at this card, you quickly realize that you can't make a perfect envelope for this on our US envelope punch board. there's a lot of mathematics and calculations involved. So the Crafter's Companion actually does a really cute trick. Let me just move these off, where we just flip it over and it makes the envelopes at the back for you. The measurements are all there. So I'm just going to grab a regular size paper, and I know that I need 8.25 by 8.25 piece of paper to make the envelope for the A6 card. So I've already went ahead and pre-cut this so that this video doesn't go on forever. And you'll just line this up here. I'm just showing you quickly how they've used this to make the cards and the envelopes with minimum amount of calculation and paper trimmer and scoreboard and so on. I'm just lining this up here, and I'm going to make an envelope by finding the C and flipping it over. I'm just gonna run it along that C line and then along the E line. 180-degree E line. Now I'm not putting it on the bottom lip, I'm putting it on the top lip. And I'm just going to pull my corners in. I'm going to do the sides first. Just going to use my tape runner to secure these two sides. Bring this up. And a cute little trick I learned is to just tuck this over. Tuck it in and press it down. Of course, there's the option to do a corner rounder, or just simply use your punch to make the round top, and your card fits perfectly inside your envelope. Alright, so that's the second one I wanted to show you. Put that aside, and now the third card I want to show you with the UK cardstock is the gatefold with the A4 cardstock. Now if you place this at A4 gatefold on the crafter's tool, it gives you a perfect score line, and it lines up just perfectly. So we're looking for half fold, gatefold, sorry, A4 gatefold. So gatefold, oh, let me put it this way so you can see. Gatefold A4. Now if you put it there and you score it, you see that line is right there. And then you swing it around and you do that again. There. And just bring them together. It makes a perfect gatefold. Now that's the third one I wanted to show you. Now with the UK cardstock, I've made some, let me move this off. I've made some cute cards. I'm just going to show you. Just navigating my space, excuse me. Alright, so these are two of the cards I've made with the A6 card, the A6 card, not envelope, A6 card with the CE envelope. Now if you look, the measurements are the same, and what I like about the UK way of making envelopes is that even though the card itself doesn't line up exactly there, which is what happens when we do the US envelopes, it actually leaves space for all your embellishments. I mean, sometimes we want to put a whole lot of embellishments and the card becomes a little bit thick and raised. so it gives you a little bit of play to just stick that in there, and it makes a perfect envelope. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to show you. Cute, ain't it? Oh, a little stamp. All right, so now we're going to move over to the US cards. I'm going to be making 3 using this size of cardstock. I'm getting more American in our card making. So the first one is, we are using a 8.5 by 11, and we're going to cut this to 7 by 10 inches using our paper trimmer. Now once we've got the paper trimmer out and we cut this at 7 by 10, we're going to be making a 5 by 7 card, which goes into an A7 envelope. This is envelope. Yeah. So this is the wastage when you cut an 8.5 by 11 for a 5 by 7. And this is very, very bad. It's great if you like keeping scraps and reusing them on cards like I do, but it also takes up too much space to have so many pieces around. I do have a system for keeping and filing my scraps, which I will share with you in a future video. So this is the first card. The second is the A6. The A6 is an 8.5 by 11 cut to 6 1/8 by 9. So that's where our handy paper trimmer comes in. Let me flip it over so you can see the measurements. Oh, sorry, I almost knocked over my tripod. So if you see, it measures here 9 by 6 1/8. And if you simply fold this in half, you get an A6. The A6 gives you a 4.5 by 6 1/8 and goes with an A6 envelope, which is here. A6, A2, A6, right there. And again, wastage. This is the wastage from the 8.5 by 11 to give you this one card. I'm going to put this aside. This is the second one. The third one is our A2, which is my favorite card to make because I get no wastage whatsoever. So let me quickly demonstrate on a 8.5 by 11 cardstock. If you cut this either way, if you cut it this way and then this way, either way there's no storage. You get 2 cards from one cardstock. Let me quickly demonstrate. I'm going to cut this in half. I have to swing my board around because I'm right-handed and I craft with my right hand. So I'm going to cut this at 5.5, which is half of 11, right? And we've got our 2. So when we fold this in half, we get a card. We get 2 cards from one cardstock. No wastage. That's our A2. Now if we were to cut this same cardstock the other way, the long way, you still get 2. So this is the card, the 8.5 by 11 cut the other way. It's cut this way now instead of this way. And we still get 2. If we fold that, it's the exact size as this one. See? A2. And for the A2 cards, you can make A2 envelopes as per the envelope punch board. A2, here it is. Yeah. Now this is what I was saying earlier about the card and the space for the envelope. This card measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The envelope will just have a 1/8 play for our embellishments. Sometimes it's not good enough, so that's when we have to make our box envelopes, which I can share a link below for those. So that was our third size. Now let me just show you some cards I do make with the A2. I make a lot of cards with A2 actually. These are just 2 I'm going to show you. This one I've used some embossing and I've done some distressing. I've used my markers on these. My daughter actually helped me to color some of these butterflies. I've used some pattern paper on this and a label maker to make my happy birthday. Yeah. And I put my logo on the back there so people can know where to get their cards. Uniquely handmade cards made with love by Everything Makes Craft. These are the A2 size. Yeah. So just a quick recap. Just bring back my cards on the sizes A6, A2, A4, and A7. And for the UK, it's the A6, A5, and the gatefold. I don't know if you can see this properly, probably not. Oh, sorry about that, that was my pen. Okay, so we've got the A2, the A6, and the A7, A6, A5, and gatefold. So if we wanted to compare, for example, these two, we can see the difference. Yeah? There and there. You see that space? And that causes a lot of headaches when you're making your envelopes and so on. Check this one out. Yeah? And for the A7 and A5, if we were to compare, there is, whoa, a big difference here. Yeah. So I'll just move these off. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble on too much. I'd really like if you can subscribe to my channel, as I'm now starting as a YouTuber. And I will be making more videos. I do have a few already, so please check them out. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know how I can improve these videos, what I can do better for next time. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.